The Runnin Rebels have a new head coach, and he's done nothing but win. We'll begin this week's show introducing you to Chris Beard, thoughts on the hire, and the task laid out before him. He'll have to start his tenure, though, without one of the Rebels' most talented and tallest players. One UNLV team on campus has broken an all-time record for consecutive wins, and we'll give you the latest info on a possible NFL stadium on campus. The Rebel Report begins right now. Welcome back from spring break. Welcome to the Rebel Report, and we'd like to welcome Chris Beard to UNLV. I'm John Castanino.
And I'm Nakaya Berry. After a very hectic and transparent coaching search, the Runnin Rebels turned to Beard, who this past season turned around Arkansas Little Rock and led the Trojans to an upset win in the NCAA tournament. Here's the Rebel Report's Barbara Farkas with more.
UNLV announced the hire of former Arkansas Little Rock coach Chris Beard on Monday, and I had the chance to speak with some local media members to gain their perspective on the hiring decision.
He's a guy who has had success wherever he's been, whether it's been as an assistant coach or as a Division II head coach, but more or less the fact that he's only been a Division I head coach for one season, and it was a tremendous season where he's able to turn it around there. So there's nothing you can say negative from that aspect of it, but from a standpoint of a guy coming into this situation here at UNLV, which is safe to say is difficult after what has gone on the last 6 to 12 months here. It's an uphill climb, to say the least, for Chris. So I think cautious optimism is really what a lot of people are thinking when it comes to Chris Beard as the head coach.
Beard has been able to prove his success in his 7 seasons as a head coach, but there's always challenges with a new job.
I think his first big challenge is getting a good coaching staff, recruiting, and trying to convince some of these guys to stay. Before they step on the floor and pick up a basketball, he's got a lot of work to do.
Beard's new task is to bring his winning coaching style to the Runnin Rebels program.
This is my team, and we are going to be a winning program, but we're going to do this together. And that's what it's all about. And I just think that he just needs to earn everybody's trust. And I think he's going to have a little patience. He does have a little fire underneath him, which is good, because that'll work well with the Rebel program, because it's all about excitement and hype.
Even with all the uncertainty that surrounds UNLV basketball, fans continue to show their support, loyalty, and a little bit of enthusiasm about the future to come under Coach Beard.
He's going to be a diamond in the rough. He's going to shock a lot of people in 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes us to the Final Four within the next 5 years.
For the Rebel Report, I'm Barbara Farkas.
While the hire has been made, the school is still waiting for contract approval by the Board of Regents. A press conference will also be held, but has yet to be scheduled.
Yeah, and as Brian Shapiro said there, job one is keeping the Rebels on the roster from transferring right now. But we do already have an answer from one player. That's Steven Zimmerman, who's made his decision on whether or not to return to UNLV after just one season as a Runnin Rebel. Big Zim going big time. He's headed to the NBA. Zimmerman made the announcement on social media Monday, saying he'll forego the rest of his college eligibility to enter the NBA draft. The Las Vegas native averaging 10.5 points, 8.7 rebounds in his freshman season. But that 7-foot frame, that's what's most coveted in the NBA, and that's why Big Zim is making the jump. He's projected to go 26th in June's draft by Yahoo Sports, but his stock can easily improve with some solid pre-draft workouts. Zimmerman follows in the paths of Rashad Vaughn and Anthony Bennett, declaring for the draft after their freshman seasons at UNLV. In a statement, Zimmerman thanking the Rebels coaching staff, including Dave Rice, and said it was a dream come true to play for UNLV, and he's now ready to pursue his dream of being an NBA player.
Monday kicked off the first annual Vegas 16 postseason college basketball tournament. The inaugural event was scheduled to be a 5-day event, but things didn't go as planned. Here's Justin Guzman with the latest.
Basketball's newest postseason event, the Vegas 16 tournament, ran into a couple hiccups in its debut. Half of the proposed 16 teams decided to skip the trip, and from the looks of the crowd attendance, so did the fans. We got a chance to speak up with tournament founder John Albaugh about the vision of the Vegas 16 tournament and its future here in Las Vegas.
We want to have a new model for postseason. You know, we say bowl game for basketball, but it's much like a bowl game. destination location, which Vegas very much is. A couple of weeks off, neutral court setting, all the teams in one place. All the feedback from schools, administrators, and coaches was very well received. Just takes time.
Billed as a fast-paced, action-packed, single-elimination postseason tournament, its success depends on participation from more popular college basketball programs.
We learned a lot this year. We're going to go back, see what we can do different, what we can do better. The awareness that's been out there, everybody knows about the event. It's just our job to deliver on that now, have the right teams, have exciting basketball, have the matchups that bring people out. And I think we'll get there. We were very close to having those teams and just didn't work out for us. But, launching a new event, those things happen and just, it takes time to grow it.
For the Rebel Report, I'm Justin Guzman.
At the time of this taping, the championship game has yet to be played. Oakland and Old Dominion meeting up to decide who wins the title.
Back in December, UNLV purchased 42 acres of land along Tropicana Avenue and Koval Lane with a stadium dream in mind.
Over spring break, the Rebel Report's Cassie Soto went to the meeting discussing the plans for the proposal.
A lot of big words were thrown around at the 4-hour-long Southern Nevada Tourism Infrastructure Committee hearing, but here are the main takeaway points. It is for the most part a unanimous decision that building a stadium on the 42-acre lot purchased by UNLV would benefit both the university and the community, but the problem is who is going to pay for the estimated $1.3 billion addition. To start off, from the collegiate standpoint, UNLV would definitely benefit from having a stadium within walking distance of campus.
We aspire to be much better. We aspire for this university to be a top-tier university and be attractive to those Power 5 conferences, and we think that we can be. And we think having a world-class stadium on that ground is a key step in that process toward being a top-tier university. Clearly for us, a stadium on the 42 acres, in two words, would be a game changer.
The Las Vegas Sands and Majestic Realty presentation offered multiple benefits of a potential 65,000-seat, domed, NFL-ready stadium, saying it could bring in more than 20 special events. Although the committee wants to focus on the impact the new stadium could bring for UNLV football, the Sands Corporation feels strongly that outside events will be the moneymakers.
To build another arena in Las Vegas is not what we're trying to do here. To build is simply, to Kim's comment, UNLV, it's an enhancer for UNLV. It's not the reason we're building it. And with all due respect to UNLV football, I've been to those games, and if there's 40,000 people, a lot of them must come disguised as empty seats, because I didn't see 40,000 people.
The team was also very adamant that Las Vegas is a city capable of housing an NFL team, saying that they've spoken with unnamed NFL owners who would be on board with having their teams play in Las Vegas if the NFL were to allow it. Backing up their argument with a poll done with a mix of over 1,400 locals and non-locals on their attitudes towards the NFL in Las Vegas, 67% of locals and 77% of non-locals said they would be for a team coming to town.
Is this a viable NFL city? Several years ago, we weren't speaking as much about the NFL. We thought it was an interesting opportunity. Today, it's staring right at us, so we have to address that head on, and then we thought it was important to share with you the study and the data to finally validate that this is, in fact, a very strong, if not the best NFL market opportunity out there.
And we respect what you're trying to do here, but I think it's somewhat short-sighted enough to realize NFL is a possibility. It's not a reality. It's not a done deal. That'd be stupid and misleading, but it is possible. There's real people in the league. I've spoken to a number of owners who are serious about this. There are some people who are not advocates, they're adversaries. But there are some people, I talked to two last night, pretty important owners who said, I want to be in Las Vegas, and we want to see the Raiders or some other team be here. Mark Davis wants to be here. He said it publicly.
Whether or not the NFL decides to come to Las Vegas, one thing is certain. The possibility of a new stadium close to UNLV is in fact a reality.
We need a place to play close to campus. It doesn't so much matter to us what the size of it is or whether there's a dome on it. From our perspective, something close to campus is what we need, and there's a lot of good evidence that would work.
The next meeting will be held on April 28th, and we hope to have hard numbers at that time about how much the entire project will cost. For the Rebel Report, I'm Cassie Soto.
All right, thanks, Cassie. So the domed NFL stadium, that's the only stadium proposal that really was discussed at that meeting, so we'll see what happens next month.
The committee has until July to come up with the final proposals for the stadium to send to the governor for approval.
All right, now we go under the Rebel radar for a team that's earning some well-deserved praise. In 1992, we go back a little bit, the UNLV women's tennis team had a 16-match consecutive winning streak.
Fast forward to 2016, that record has now fallen after a win against Montana March 18th. The team's record to begin is 17-0. We had the pleasure to catch the ladies in action on a historical day.
It's great for the people that really keep track of that, but for us it's just another win today, and we look to move on to the next one.
At this point, the number 64 ranked team holds on to its 18th consecutive win. You may be wondering in awe about how the wins keep on coming.
We try to fine-tune what they do well. We try to make sure that they know what to pick on their opponents, and try to execute the game plan.
They call me the Great Wall of China because I keep running for every ball, and if I have chance I'll try to attack, but I'm good at defense.
With such a perfect record so far in the season, players can easily feel nervous or uptight, but the key is to focus.
Well, sometimes it's just a matter of keeping it simple. Don't try to overdo it or try to overplay. Just play within yourself and be confident.
Actually, I just like thinking about next point, no matter what happened on last point, but I just focus on next point.
I think teamwork is pretty important, and I think practices have helped a lot.
The women's tennis team is excited to break records, but for them, it's more about winning titles.
The last 3 weeks has really shown us that we can compete with the better teams in the country, and we're going to be somebody that's going to be tough to beat in April. They want to win.
We're hungry to win.
Everyone trusts each other, and we love each other, so I'm so happy that I'm in UNLV tennis team.
Yeah, great story, Nakai. Great team out there. The ladies are really on fire right now. They beat Hawaii this past Saturday to start the year 18-0. And Zi Yang, best nickname, I think, on campus. Great Wall of China. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely creative to relate that to tennis skills, but it is fitting. And I don't want to jinx anything, but I hope to make sure that they keep on winning. And if anything did happen, Coach Kevin did say that a loss you learn more from than a win.
Right. Well, let's hope they don't lose for a little while longer, that's for sure.
Yes, we'll be sure to continue to follow them starting with this Friday. The Rebels host San Jose State at the Fertitta Tennis Complex beginning at 10:30 a.m. Men's soccer team keeps getting victories in their spring games. This time, Natalia Lancelotti takes us to the match before spring break and describes the outstanding performance the soccer team is having.
The UNLV men's soccer team is one more time playing a friendly game during its spring season. This Saturday, the Saturday before a spring break, they're competing against a team from San Diego, Albion SC Pros. This team from California is playing its first season in the National Premier Soccer League and are now eligible to compete in the West Region Conference. High expectations are behind this new club, but the Rebels didn't leave things easy for them and had a solid first half with 2 goals in favor. However, on the second half, Albion SC complicated things for the locals.
In the second half, we were getting dominated, but that's because we were up by 2 goals, so I expected that they were going to press us. And then after they got that first goal, it put a little pressure on us, and to get that third goal, it was just a relief because we knew that we had a 2-goal lead again.
The Rebels coach also gave his comments about the team performance, especially its goleador, Dani.
Created good chances. We defended well. They scored a fantastic goal, too. So it was a beautiful chileno that they got on us. And so anyway, we give them that goal, but I think we could have had a couple more, too. Danny got in a couple times, but he got 3 goals for us, and it was a good night for him. Good night for the Rebels.
He also gave us a sneak peek of what's coming next.
New Mexico is always a top team. They're in Conference USA. They're very strong. We've gotten beat bad by them before, and so it's a big, I wouldn't say a rival, but they're a very good team for us to try and play.
Before this match, the Rebels were coming back from Utah with a victory of 4-3 against Real Monarchs. Tonight, they had a victory of 3-1 against the San Diego team, Albion SC Pros. Their next game is going to be on April 2nd, 2 weeks from today. And their high expectations on these spring games. It will be here, local, at home. at the Peter Johann Memorial Field. We'll see how they do. Reporting for the Rebel Report, I'm Natalia Lancelotti.
Thanks, Natalia. Now we go to yet another women's team on campus getting national recognition. Summer Crawley joins us to fill us in on what women's golf is up to.
The ladies are nationally ranked with the dreams of a national title. Over spring break, we got the chance to hang with the team at practice. The UNLV women's golf team is one team to pay close attention to. The Rebels are having a great season where they went from being number 24 to drop 6 notches down to being number 18 in the nation.
You know what? We knew it was there, and we just kept seeing in the rankings, and some of our performances weren't going into the rankings, and I was like, oh, just wait, it's coming. And once we saw that big jump for the girls, you know, that's really all the hard work that we've been doing this year, and they came back from winter break and ready to play and ready to do great things, and I really look forward to what we have coming up in the next couple weeks and the postseason, because they're ready, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Even though the team doesn't have a university course, the ladies find themselves with the advantage over other teams to play on as many as 65 courses in Southern Nevada.
Play amazing courses here, and I definitely think that we're best prepared we play all different courses, so we get all different kinds of conditions and everything, and I think it makes all of us better, and I think it's awesome for sure.
With the continuum of strong effort, hard work, and skillful execution, the Rebels have been gearing towards NCAA championships as the regular season comes near to an end.
You know, for us right now, we've been talking all year about our national championship is being held in Eugene, Oregon, so University of Oregon's the host, and that's where we want to be. We want to be up, and we got our rain gear ready to go, and we're going to go play some golf up there. So that's the ultimate goal. That's when you know that we had a good season.
The Rebels' next tournament will be held in Dallas, Texas, April 1st through the 2nd for the DAC SMU Invitational. Mountain West Championships will start April 18th through the 20th for the ladies, which will be held in Rancho Mirage, California. Now we go to Nikaya on our interview set for this week's Rebel Report Timeout.
Rebel Report Timeout.
Thanks, Summer. I'm here with Z Khan, General Manager of Rebel Hockey here at UNLV. It's nice to have you.
Thank you.
And so the UNLV hockey team has been around for a while. Give us some background on it.
Yeah, the program's been around now since 2006, so it's actually our 10th year this season. And a good way to celebrate our 10th year this year was to accomplish a lot of the goals that we've had set for us this year. So, yeah.
And you guys are referred to as the Skatin' Rebels.
Yeah, a little play off the Runnin Rebels and whatnot, so it's a nice little difference, but it's ice, so.
I like that name. And congrats on your previous season that just ended. You made it to the Final Four and just one game short of making it to Nationals. How was the journey of getting to that point?
So it was definitely a dramatic change overall since we came in. Myself, our new coaching staff, we were brought in this season by our club president from a club sports perspective, Arturo Castro. We took over a team that had lost quite a bit over the last 2 years, and this season we won 24 games, and that the prior 2 seasons before that they won 22 games. So it was a dramatic improvement. Journey was based on a lot of recruiting, but a lot of good road trips. We played a lot of tough teams this year, and that was part of our ranking process. Make sure our schedule was tough to make sure that we're playing the right games where we land ourselves in a good spot during regionals. And unfortunately, we did end up losing in the regional final, but we can't look back on the season and say that we weren't proud of what we accomplished.
Yeah, well, I know we are proud of you guys, and most wouldn't know that we have a number 9 ranked hockey team here at UNLV. I mean, how would you say that what contributed to the growth of the team?
Well, overall, I think that they were looking for a change. I came in, I went to Arizona State, and we've seen the model, what they've accomplished there recently with the change. They've moved up to NCAA as well, and so the model is in place. So they're looking for the change. They brought us in with some experience, and again, we brought in recruits from all over, top-end recruits from Canada. We have kids from all over the United States. And this season it's going to be even more impressive as far as our recruiting goes. So that's really what it comes down to. The recruiting part of it was really a big part of that.
Yeah, I just saw on Twitter you guys went hiking with them. They just visited you this past weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend, we had all of our first group of recruits come in. Actually, we've got kids coming in from Montreal, Canada. We had 2 kids from Sweden. We've got kids from British Columbia. So we're actively recruiting in hockey hotbeds, if you will, and selling them on Las Vegas. I think that taking a page out of Tony Sanchez's book, Sell the City, and a kid from Montreal or British Columbia, where it's minus 40 right now in March, and we're playing golf. It's a pretty dramatic change for them. So, hockey playing here in Vegas is it's a difference, but it's definitely an eye opener for a lot of these kids coming in.
And you would like to be a #1 sanctioned sport. How are you working to achieve that?
The NCAA process is a couple things. Like we said, the model at Arizona State, they won the national championship at the American Collegiate Hockey Association level. That is our goal immediately next season. We feel that with the success that we had this year, not winning a national championship would almost be considered, a letdown. The recruiting class we have coming in is extremely talented, and again, they're coming in with that goal initially to win a national championship here. So with that, put the impact down as far as the hockey here at UNLV, and then looking at a local perspective with the NHL, a lot of donors. It's going to take a donor, and we've had initial contact with donors and as well as with Tina. So, success drives that. So that's what we're looking for first.
And where is the ice? When and where do you guys play?
Right now we play at the Las Vegas Ice Center. That's over on Flamingo and Fort Apache. So about 12 minutes from campus here. Great crowds we had all year long. We packed it. There was a standing room only situation there. Great atmosphere.
I definitely have to check out that. And one comment, what do you feel about the Las Vegas hockey team coming to Vegas?
Yeah, I think that's it's hockey shifting to the Southwest in general. I think that having an NHL team here in Vegas, the first pro team obviously, is going to be a huge deal for pro sports, but also for Vegas, especially for hockey. You'll see college hockey is moving west. Now the NHL is expanding in markets like Las Vegas. It's going to help us dramatically. They've been extremely supportive of us, especially all through last year. And you can see that they're looking to grow the sport from the grassroots, right? They're going to build rinks. They're going to develop hockey players at a young age. And UNLV is a big part of that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You can go to rebelhockey.com to get all the info, and also like UNLV Hockey on Facebook and follow UNLV Rebel Hockey on Twitter. We'll be right back, and back to John at the desk.
All right, we go to the Outstanding Rebel of the Week over spring break, and that was Elizabeth Pryor, a freshman from the women's golf team who had a great performance in the battle at Boulder Creek 2 earlier this month. The Rebel Report's Joanne Mendoza introducing us.
We are at the South Shore Golf Course where we talk with this week's Rebel of the Week, Elizabeth Pryor from the UNLV women's golf team. Elizabeth Pryor, a player for the women's golf team, was awarded Rebel of the Week after her performance at the battle at Boulder Creek 2. This is Elizabeth's first season here at UNLV, and she gives us her thoughts on the award.
It's a great honor. I am not going to lie, I had no idea I was Rebel of the Week until I got a text. But it was a good feeling to know that I'd got that.
Elizabeth is the only player on her team and player on a collegiate level that uses a neon yellow ball to play the game, stating it helps her see the visibility on the field a lot clearer. We hope this will help her out during their upcoming invitational in Dallas. Pryor, whose hometown is Surrey, England, is not one to feel challenged when it comes to living across the country to pursue her golfing career.
It's not too much of a challenge to me. I've always been away from home, so moving country wasn't too big of a deal. Getting into the different studies, as I'm from England, so it's a little bit different for me, coming from English education to American education, and trying to live up to the standards that are set for me.
Let's wish the women's golf team a good luck as they prepare for their invitational in Dallas Friday, April 1st. For the Rebel Report, I'm Joanne Mendoza.
Yeah, thanks, Joanne. And as she said, the women's golf team heading off to Dallas now to prepare for their national invitational, which starts Friday, April 1st. We wish Elizabeth and the rest of the women's team very good luck.
This week on Show Me Your Skills, we head to UNLV Student Recreation Wellness Center to learn some judo techniques.
You are going to like this. Let's toss it over to Leonardo Shower. Excuse me, Leo. Sorry about that. Toss being the operative word.
From the Student Recreation and Wellness Center on the campus of UNLV, we're here with Sensei Ken Hudson, who's going to teach us a little bit about judo. Ken, what can we see today here at the campus of UNLV?
Well, today we're just going to demonstrate a few of our throws that we do on a typical workout that we have here over at UNLV.
Let's learn a little bit more about the judo program at UNLV. Check it out.
Meet UNLV's Judo Club, a program headed by 50-year judo veteran Ken Hudson, who invited us to his gym to show us his skills in martial arts.
First throw we're going to do is Osotogari. Outside major reap. We're just going to step in. We're going to sweep the leg out behind the opponent. So we're going to get it moving in a backwards direction.
Known as the gentle way, judo is a martial art which focuses on leverage and minimal force to throw and pin or submit the opponent. Then, of course, it was my turn to join in on all the fun. Brown belt instructor LJ Muhammad was nice enough to perform an Ippon Seonage on me. Followed by an Ogoshi throw for good measure. With a Rebel report, Leonardo Shower.
If you're interested in learning some martial arts from Ken Hudson and the rest of the Judo Club, visit the Student Recreation and Wellness Center on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights from 7 to 9. UNLV students taking more than 3.5 credits have full free access to the facility.
The gentle way.
Not so gentle.
It didn't look like it. I don't know. All right, we're done with this week's show. You can catch up on our previous shows, of course, on our YouTube channel. That's Rebel Report UNLV. Also tweet us if you have any sports ideas for us at Rebel Report UNLV, and follow us on Instagram. Another one. Here we go. Rebel Report _UNLV. We'll see you next week.